A bad situation, a bad circumstance is not you. You aren't your situation. You aren't your bank account. You aren't your finances. You aren't your health. Guess what you are? You are you. I used to be one of those guys that quit all the time. Every time it got tough, every time there was some challenge, every time there was some difficulty, I always quit. What changed? I changed. I stopped quitting every time it got difficult. I stopped quitting every time I ran across an obstacle. I said, you know what, Justin? Man, you know what it feels like to quit. You know what happens when you quit. Why don't you see what happens if you stay? Why don't you see what happens if you keep going further when everybody else quits? Are you tired of starting over? See, if you're tired of starting over, right? If you're tired of turning a new leaf, turning a new page, and you just want to be there, then stop quitting. Like that's it. All you got to do is stop quitting. What I learned to do is that when there were difficult times, when there were dark days, I learned to speak life into darkness. I learned to speak light into the dark situation that was going on. So you got to learn how to speak life into your situation. Look, yep, your finances may be bad today. Guess what? That's the current. But guess what? The truth is, it's about to be better over the next 60 days. You know what the truth is? Your health may not be the best, but guess what? It's getting better. Look, you got to start speaking the truth. What's the truth? The opposite of what's really happening. The truth is opposite of what the difficult times are in your life. You got to start speaking that to yourself. So then you got to get to a point where you start seeing it. You see that as possible, and then you start feeling it. And so now you start feeling how it's going to feel to drive up in that car. You start feeling how it's going to feel to be healthy. You start looking that sickness in the eyes and say, you know what? Look, I'm not sick anymore. I'm not going to do it. Look, I'm going to fight with everything that I have to take my life back. You look at your relationship. You say, you know, look, I'm going to fight, right? I'm going to keep going forward. You look at the difficult situations when it comes to your finances. Look, guess what? That's not you. A bad situation, a bad circumstance is not you. You aren't your situation. You aren't your bank account. You aren't your finances. You aren't your health. Guess what you are? You are you. And you got to get to a point where you stop letting your circumstances, things that are around you, determine who you are. So what did I do? I started saying, Justin, guess what, man? All these things that you want, all these things that you desire, guess what? You deserve it. Somebody asked me one time, Justin, you keep talking about success all the time. I'm like, what you want me to talk about? Quitting? What you want me to talk about? Not going after your goals and dreams? What you want me to talk about? Not accomplishing? What you want me to talk about? Failure? No, I'm not going to do it. Why? Because I got to a point where I didn't care what nobody else thought. Only thing I cared about was getting my goals and my dreams accomplished. So 2017, man, look, I want you guys to look, get your goals, write them out, write how you're going to feel, right? See yourself accomplishing your goals and dreams. And look, here's what I want you to do. Determine what you want. Determine how you're going to get it. Determine how you're going to feel. To see how that whole experience is going to make you happy. And I always encourage you guys all the time, no matter what your definition of success is, to go out there and find it. You guys already know why by now. That's because I truly believe you deserve it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. You like it. I love it. What's going on, Bread Talk investors? What's going on, family? What's going on, world? Facebook world, YouTube world, wherever you're watching this at. What's going on? How y'all doing this evening, this lovely night? My name is Dre Lavelle, the Bread Talker. I got my lovely wife, Shireen Lavelle, Lady Bread in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some incredible information. We got our lovely Jasmine Belcher on the line. Talk to me, Queen.
What's going on? Good evening. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. What's going on, Shireen? How you
feeling?
feeling?
Listen, I'm excited about this topic. Let's talk grown-up talk. That's what I love. I love this atmosphere. So let's get into it.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. Midnight Oil. Midnight Oil is an opportunity for us to come as family, as business partners, as entrepreneurs, as friends. And we just really like to have group discussions. What we're talking about tonight is stop quitting because of you. There's a lot of things I think of when I think of stop quitting because of you. But the main thing I think of is accountability. I think of accountability in the sense that Who tells you to stop quitting? Who tells you to stop doing anything and you believe it? The first thing that you may say is somebody else did. My boss did it. My parents did it, or somebody of an authoritative person did it. My child did it. I did it because of the relationship that I was in, whether it's man or woman, or the friendship I was in. In all actuality, a lot of times it's the things that we tell ourselves that gives power. Back in the days, I used to, do my song thing. I used to do my rapping thing, right? And one of the lines I just used to say was, I stop me from me achieving possible. I stop me from me achieving possible. That means I'm taking accountability for my own actions. The only person that stops me from getting to the things that I seek or I look to attain is me. I take the power away from anybody else, right? Before I point the finger at anybody else, I want to point the finger at me and see where it all started. So I got my lovely wife Shireen. We this is our baby, Midnight Oil. Again, it's an opportunity for us to come to have this pretty discussion. So, Shireen, I want to start with you first. When you think of stop quitting because of you, what is one of the first things that you think of, or what are some of the things that you think about, uh, or what are some ideas that you have with regard to this particular topic?
I think it's an amazing topic because it's not something that we think about. We do, right? Nobody wants to focus on the negative part of themselves. We can point it out to everybody else. We can't see our own, right, faults, right? So when I think of quitting, me making myself quit, I don't see that. I can see Jasmine quitting, but I don't see Shireen quitting, right? But the reality is we all quit. We all make decisions to quit each and every day for the things that we really don't desire to do. So when we talk about quitting, the topic that comes to my mind is desire, right? The topic that comes to my mind is desire. And why am I saying desire? Because if I don't desire to do something, it's not getting done, right? And if I don't really want to do that, it's not getting done. When I know for a fact that when I'm running late for work, it's nothing for me to say, oh no, I'm getting to work. And I'm throwing them pants on. And guess what I'm doing? I'm getting to work. I might be 1 minute late, but guess what? It gets done. Right. And so the same thing with any desire. You desire to get your passport at a certain time. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to get done. You have to want it first. And I think what happens is a lot of times people don't know what they want. And I mean, everything in life boils down to that. You have to know what you want, or else you're following a blank screen and you're going to continuously get that same blank screen. So I'm going to pass it to you, Jasmine. Give us your thoughts on allowing yourself to quit.
Oh man. Well, first off, I would like to say thank you guys. It's an honor to be on the Midnight Oil.
Let's
Thank
go.
you. Talk to me. Um, so in thinking about this, stop quitting because of you, the first, word that comes to mind is belief. You will quit on yourself because you don't believe, you don't have enough belief. That may be due to, like Andre mentioned earlier, your family may have said some things to you, or, you just don't have that belief. You might don't believe in a higher power or God or whatever you know, worship. Let's just say that. So because you don't have anything that gives you that motivation, you cannot continue to do something because of somebody else. You have to want to do it, like my sister said, desire. So if you don't have that belief, you will quit on yourself. I can definitely remember a couple of times where I will jump into something because it sounds good, and I need to do it because of my children, but I have no desire to do it and I don't really believe in it, so I quit. um so I definitely can relate to that. And also, having that belief burns your desire. Therefore, you create that plan
Yes.
to plan a course of action to, do what you want to do, or do what you need to do. So
Definitely the key word she said, Dre. Piggyback on her saying that action plan, and why so many people fail at sticking to that action plan, Dre.
Mm.
Absolutely. So, I think I want to definitely totally agree with you when it comes to that creating an action plan. That's definitely a way to, pretty much how you say stick to the script. We always talk about sticking to the script. The only way you can stick to the script is if you one write it out. Actually, I think people should write a list of their faults. And I think the hard one of the
Ooh.
hardest things for anybody to do
I'm
is
gonna
to
take
admit
notes on that one. Hold on. Go ahead. I got to take note on
when you
that
go
one.
into
I know you're taking notes, Jasmine, just because you
No,
on here.
yeah, I got to take a
I
note
know
on
it.
that one. That's important.
I think
Note your faults.
when
Okay.
people go to a job interview, right? And they're seeking a position, right? One of the things a hiring the person that's hiring does is they ask you, what do you think is your strengths and what are the things are your weaknesses? We go directly, I guarantee you, 95% of the world, if anybody, is going to go to their strengths first. They're going to have a nice long list, a laundry list of what their strengths are. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
to say, what are your top 5 strengths? You're going to be able to 9 times out of 10 really spit that out. But when you get
Mm-hmm.
to your weaknesses, you give your top 5 weaknesses, some people stop at 3. Some people may get up to 5. Some people really don't want to admit what their weakness is at the end of the day because they feel like it's a point of it's them being frail, them
Mm-hmm.
admitting that they're inadequate for that position. And it invalidates them if they tell their weaknesses. And we want to always stick to our strengths. But
Right.
quite honestly, Jasmine, everybody has weaknesses. And it's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with admitting those weaknesses, especially when you start beginning by admitting those weaknesses to yourself. So when you stop quitting because of yourself, first start admitting that, hey, look, I'm this is my faults. I'm weak at one of my weaknesses is waking up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I haven't had to do that stuff in years, not really. When I was in the military, it was easy because I had to stick to that regimen. But now
Mm-hmm.
that I'm in the entrepreneurial mode, it's a little bit more difficult for me to do that, even though it's my business. But what I will say is, if I do not wake up at 5 o'clock and I do get up at maybe 8 o'clock, to get my son to school on time, I go to bed a little bit later, right, to
Mm-hmm.
match that gap because
Mm-hmm.
my nighttime alone time, man, that's a perfect opportunity. So you definitely have to find what best works for you. So that's actually turning a weakness into a strength. But had I not admitted that to myself, I would have never known that. So, but it's also good to have an accountability partner. So
That's
when you're
right.
talking about our weaknesses and we're having these discussions, we're having these meetings of the minds or these mastermind sessions like we
Right.
do with our wealth partners here, uh, you get to admit those things and feel free to admit it and come to find out, man, this person over here, I thought they had it all together. They have some of the same similar weaknesses
Mm-hmm.
as I do. Now I don't feel like I'm all alone. That's why you have to make sure you get in a community that allows you to be strengthened and empowered to
Yeah.
speak on these things so that you can turn those weaknesses into strengths.
True.
Talk to me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
True.
Um,
Go ahead.
um, I mean, every point you hit on was definitely dead on. I definitely took notes because I am forever a student. I had the privilege of being on one of my mentor calls, um, Miss Webb or Wanda Webb,
Oh, yeah.
amazing mentor, amazing teacher. And she spoke about quitting. And one of the things, she has a book called Red High Heels, amazing book. We was on the last chapter and we were talking about quitting, gave my husband the idea
Mm-hmm.
because guys, how many of us quit? But what she brought what stuck out for me from what she said was we quit a lot of times from the environment that we in. Everybody quitting, let me quit, right?
Yeah,
Um, but we don't realize that they may be able to afford to quit, but do you? Right? You have to know where you stand. But just because your leader quit, just because um and what's going to be that vehicle that's going to get you to where you want to go. And if
absolutely.
you don't have a set plan, if you don't have the right mentors in your ear constantly giving you the wisdom and the knowledge that you need so you can stay steadfast, unmovable, trusting that God placed you in an atmosphere and in a space where you're going to thrive. It comes back to what you said, believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do I believe myself enough to know that I made the right decision? I
Right.
just have to know the times when I've quit. And it's funny that Dre said, write your failures down. The time she said, write down when you've quit, because then you'll see your habits. Every
Mm-hmm.
time you was on a date, after the third date, you quit. Like, no, I'm not dealing with this dude or this girl. We did three, I'm done.
Yeah.
You every time you're on a job more than 2 years, you quit.
That's right.
So you have to learn yourself. It's so easy for us again to point out somebody else's faults and what they're not doing right. Is that much harder for us to focus on the negative, unless we are understanding that your negative strength is really your positive strength. You just have not tapped into it. You didn't want to get uncomfortable,
Mm.
and you didn't want to make a decision to stand still and keep pushing beyond your comfortability. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. Oh, I don't want to do this. I'm not comfortable um, doing this presentation. Let's say I'm not comfortable with talking in front of people. I don't want to make myself look bad or my family look bad. What if I say the
That's
wrong
right.
word, the wrong verbiage, right?
Mhm.
We tell ourselves all this stuff in our subconscious mind. But
Right.
the Bible tells us it's within our uncomfortability is when we draw our strength. Because in our weakness, who is made strong? God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So if God is made strong, we will see how far we can go
I
if we
agree.
don't quit. If we don't quit.
I agree. I agree. No
Yeah.
quit. No quit zone. This is the no quit zone. Stop quitting because of you. That's I don't
Right.
know that X. That's the Bronx, baby. But yeah, stop quitting because of you. Stop allowing seeds of distrust. Stop allowing seeds of failure or anything like that. Stop allowing that stuff to invade your circumference. Stop allowing it to invade your subconscious because it's the things that we hear consciously that really destroys or affects our subconscious mind. Man, Think and Grow Rich is one of the books that helped me think about how does the brain truly work. And I just know that I just can't allow any of those negative things around me. Jasmine, I knew you want to chime in a little bit earlier. Talk to me. What you think?
So, to piggyback off of what sis said earlier, I remember a time where I quit it because, first off, a person when they quit, more than likely, like you mentioned, what they haven't coming through their ear gates, the type of individuals they have around them. And if a person does not know, well, I need to change my environment, or I need to read these certain type of books, or I need to maybe listen to these certain mentors, or motivational speakers on YouTube, free. Hello. um Therefore that's when they quit. They no longer have the belief in themselves, and therefore the desire is gone. So a lot of people, they will want to not want to quit. They don't want to quit so bad, but they do not know how to properly set themselves up to create a habit. It takes 21 days to create a habit. Okay.
That's
So
right.
if you know that you have something in front of you, that you hear other people and you see them, I'm going to use IM Academy as an example. Okay. So I'm now presented with this opportunity. If I know, if I put my all into it, I put my desire is to no longer be financially struggling. Okay. So that's my desire. I no longer want to financially struggle. Okay. But now I got to learn this information. Oh, man, I really don't want to learn all over again. I did school 20 years ago. Already in my mind, I'm quitting. I know I don't want to go to school no more. Okay. Then it's like, but let me write down my ultimate plan. Let me write my action plan down of what I want to accomplish. Maybe put a couple of timelines on it. If you can't not, people, if you cannot reach your timeline, do not quit on yourself, okay? Just push that timeline back a little back, okay? Just a little bit farther. Don't worry, don't quit because you're gonna reach it. Okay, so then I'm like, all right, this the first week of me being in this academy, I gotta learn this information. Ain't been to school in a long time. I know I need to do it for my kids. The fire under my desire is lit, but I'm like, I gotta learn this again. So there were moments that I was quitting on myself and I didn't realize that I was, quitting on myself. Start putting the belief in it. I'm now in front of mentors. I'm now getting a mindset paradigm shift. And I'm now like, okay, I can do this. Now my belief is getting strong. So it is a process. And some people want the quick, fast, but they're quick to quit on themselves. Like you want this goal, but you're not willing to go through the trials and tribulations and the high and lows, and you're ready to quit whenever it gets hard. So definitely people that are listening, I strongly recommend you get yourself a mentor if you can. And
Yes, yes.
also find, if you cannot get yourself a mentor and pay for somebody, find somebody on YouTube. Nano, Eric Thomas, Coach Stormy Wellington, Jewel Tankard, China Bethleigh, Dr. China Bethleigh. Find somebody and start working on your belief. Don't quit on yourself, because in this economy right now, this world right now,
Shout out to Wanda Webb, also mentor.
Wanda Webb, yes. Randy
And
Webb,
Randy
both of
Webb.
us, yes.
Yes,
And
both
Randy.
the
We got
power
some
couple.
incredible
David
mentors.
Ayamente, yes. People
That's
like
a
find
we
them.
we definitely have some incredible mentors. Just like, man, matter of fact, when you were just listening, if you were on earlier when we first came on, we actually had one of the mentors here in this space. His name is Justin Owens. Man, I pay tribute and pay homage to those that provide the information to give us the fuel wildfire. I don't care if it's Jim Rohn. I don't care if it's uh, 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 Tony Robinson. I don't care. Grant Cardone. This is some of the people that we, Jay Morrison, well, whoever it is that you like listening to, that gets that fuel moving. You have to listen to the information that's being shared. Michael Todd, TD Jakes, just Joel Osteen. These are just a few names that I can think of off the top of our head that are actually helping shape and mold the direction where we're going. So I know when I listen to these people, they're not going to tell me negative words that will
Right.
allow seeds of deceit and like a slithering snake to come in and intrude my peace and my space of domain, because my blessings
Right.
will get blocked. Just like you see what happened when the first snake appeared. It slithered, it talked, it spoke words of deceit, and and
Yeah.
and it allowed Eve to think that, or Adam and Eve to allow them to think that they were could be bigger and better than the space that they were in, right?
Yeah.
In all actuality, if they would have listened to the mentor, if they would have heeded the words, it would have took them away from so much um,
Right.
destruction that led down the line. Fast forward to
Mhm.
us today in our own personal life. If we listen to these mentors, if we listen to these phenomenal wealth partners that's even
Right.
within our space and environment, it takes us away from doubt, takes us away from our own personal fears. It allows us to put what we have on their shoulders, and it gives us the belief and the strength to know that, man, I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm in the right spot. Sometimes what happens is, though, Jasmine and Shireen, I think that this is what happens. We get access to all this information, right? We get
Mm.
access to information, and
Yeah.
then like a kid in the candy store, we're reaching out. Oh man, I want the lemon drops, man. I want the sweetest fish. I want the Bazooka Joe. I want the gummy bears. I want the Sour Patch Kids. I want the
Right.
chocolate. I want the Hershey's. I want all these things. And yes, you can get into a space that allows you the opportunity to have so much. But there was a book by Gary Keller, big time realtor, and the book is called The One. And what that book focused on was start learning how to focus on the one things. Learn how to focus on where you're at right now and where you want to go. And in order to
Mm.
get there, there is a destination. There is actually a system that would allow you to get to that point, so that you're not finding yourself in spaces where you feel doubt for yourself or inadequate for yourself because you don't feel like you can keep up with the
Mhm.
material. You feel like it's
Ooh.
inconveniencing life that you've known. But the life that you have known, right? Sometimes I don't know who I'm talking to, but the life you have known, it already sold the fears. It already sold doubt. It
Mhm.
already showed you that that method is not working. It's not allowing you to get the generational wealth. It's not showing you financial literacy.
Right.
Or true financial literacy comes with discipline, right? True wealth comes with discipline and consistency, right?
Mhm.
And through the consistency, through those habits, through those atomic habits that you create for yourself, right? Notice I said for yourself, right? Who creates
Yeah.
habits for you? I can't create a habit for my wife, Shireen. I
Right.
can't create a habit for you, Jasmine. I can't create a habit for anybody that's watching this stream right
Right.
now, wherever you're at right now. Matter of fact, if you like the information that we're sharing right now, that we're actually, or the topic of discussion right now, down below in the comments, leave a comment down below. Write a comment down below, right? Like, share, tag the information, and share this information with somebody. But yes, we can't do the work for you. You have to do the work for yourself. And in turn, what's going to happen is you're going to draw in the energy. You're going to draw in the people that's seeking, that you're going to draw in the people that you're seeking, because they're going to be seeking you because you're a doer.
Absolutely.
If you are a doer, I want to be around you.
Yep.
You want to be around me because I'm a doer. If two people are working their behinds off and grinding, they're going to meet that third person. They're going to meet that fourth person because they want to build a mastermind. They want to build a community for them. That's when you think of today we got the gang violence. We got that going on nowadays. And then we got people that want to be in their own individualized spaces, and people just want to find a place that best fits them, right? But we want to show them there is a positive space and an environment. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, or Hispanic, Asian, European. It doesn't matter what space you're in. We all have the same fight, and that is the one that's getting us out of the space of poverty, getting
Right.
us out of the space of where we're financially illiterate. And you cannot afford today, in today's economy, nowhere in the world, not, it doesn't matter if you're in the United States, if you're in the Europeans, if you're in the United States, if you're in Australia, if you're in South America, it does not matter where you are. We are all being faced, or we are facing this global financial crisis right now. And in
Right.
order to get past that, you have to put yourself in the space of a wealth community. Now, listen, Shireen,
That's right.
I know I just said a mouthful.
But it was necessary, but it was definitely tasteful. I'll say that. Shout out to Randy Webb, who gave us the muscles and the fire. Really humble and grateful that you hopped on to show us some love, because we definitely honor you and respect you. And Demetrius, shout out family. Hey, hey, hey. And that's right. we are all family. But I think, Dre, a lot of times I can only speak for myself and my experiences. A lot of time I quit and I realized I quit.
Mhm.
I quit and I didn't realize I quit. Right. And I'm still showing up to the calls, barely posting, doing what I need to do, but I'm showing up to the calls, and grateful to mentors that I have in my circle be like, when was the last time you made a call? Oh, those
Mhm.
posts is good, but ain't gonna get people to a call, right? And you like, oh, I forgot I was supposed to do that too.
Right.
Right? And so I recognize that, but not for nothing. The people in your circle will recognize that you quit
Yep.
and
They
they will
do.
call you out. The
They,
good
they
thing
really
about
do.
the space that we
Yeah.
in,
They really do.
we get a chance to tap you on the shoulder and say, baby girl, I love you. But tap back
Mhm.
in. You quit a little bit. I'm gonna need you to tap back in. And to me, our space, I love that, because when I'm feeling down, I get around my wealth partners and my energy is back.
Absolutely.
And we get back together every Tuesday and Wednesday. Period. It's nothing like our wealth partners hopping on the Jewel Tanker um, at 11 o'clock with our team. Listen, we're constantly getting the source, guys. We're getting how to build wealth, and that's the key factor. And it's not just
9 to 5 ain't gonna do
as
it.
far as trading and making money, because those things will come, right?
Yeah.
Really, it's our mindset. Really, it's our mindset. Is what are we feeding our mind so that we can make better decisions and better choices
Hmm.
that's going to not only benefit us but those that are around us. And I can tell you one thing, I am grateful that I am not the smartest person in my circle, that there's so many wonderful people that I'm meeting from
Yeah.
different aspects in life, truck drivers to billionaires and millionaires. Listen, there's no other space where you're going to find something like that. Because
Mhm.
I've been in a lot of different companies and I've not been around a millionaire. That's going to give me the source. So I'm
Woo.
grateful for you, Jasmine. You bring us an amazing energy.
Thank you.
What drives you when you feel like you want to quit? Because I know it's the
Oh, that's a good
environment, it's
question.
the
That is a
people,
good question.
right? That help give me my energy back. I can
Yeah.
tell you one thing. Carl Wilkins was the major source for me
Woo!
when I wanted to quit. He mentioned my name on the call, so I had to be. I had to show up.
Yes.
And just really grateful for all the people that got placed in my circle to let me know that I'm in the right place at the right
Yeah.
time. I'm doing the right things. And as long as I stay plugged in, I'm going to win because I will not quit until I win. Go ahead, Jasmine. Take it away.
Um, what do I do when I feel like I'm about to quit? Okay. So on my when mirror on my dresser, I had wrote out on December 6th of 2021. I wrote out the ultimate plan and goal, and it literally has my I Am Academy is my bank. It has my daycare, my other two businesses, and most important, my kids, and making sure I give them a skill that they can take on for a lifetime, i.e., trading. And so I didn't put a deadline on myself, and I'm like, okay, I know I need to knock this off. Okay, cool. So, for instance, my daycare business. I feel like quitting sometimes. I'm like, "Ugh, these parents just don't understand. Like, I am doing this out the kindness of my heart. My prices are really, really low. I could quit this and focus on something else. But I'm like, no, I stepped out on faith, quit a job, started my entrepreneurship journey. So I might say, okay, well, I'm just ready to give it up, focus on something else. But I'd be giving up on these kids that I love to see every day. Even when I'm out for a week, I might be on vacation. I still miss my daycare kiddos. So just knowing that I can make a difference in somebody, a single mother's life or a single father's life with my prices and, what I teach the children and things of that nature, that builds me back up, builds my desire, builds back up my belief that I can continue with my daycare journey of my business. When it comes to this business, oh gosh, I'm calling this person and telling me no again. Like, what is going on? You don't understand. You need this skill for, your 9 to 5 is a rat race. Like, why are you not understanding this? Go to my Rise and Profit calls, may listen to in on one of my mentors, or might read, The Mind of a Millionaires
I
by
love that
Dr.
book.
Joe
I
Tinker.
love that book.
By Dr.
Me
Joe
too.
Tinker. And every time I read her story and I go back through a chapter, I highlight some chapters and I'll go back just to read it again. And it builds up my belief. It builds up, it just reignites that fire again. And I know my end goal, I have to be a millionaire before I'm 40. Period. That is it. And that I'm going for it. So it's like I gotta get this business steady, ready to go. So I always I heard Coach Stormy Wellington say before, she said, you never want to make sure, you never want your why to be based on somebody else.
That's right.
When she said that, I was like, what? My why is based on my children. What do you mean? Like, my why makes me cry, making sure that I'm financially free and creating a generational wealth for my children. That's my why. It makes me cry. But I get it. I understood what she said, because I'll be sitting here, all right, boom, I'm doing this daycare. Daycare is the hottest commodity, forever will be a commodity,
Yes.
you know? But if I quit, I'm not going to create, that generational wealth, that financial freedom. I don't need to base it around my kids anymore. I need to do it because I desire to do it, because I believe I can do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to come for them, but I need to be able to do it. So what Coach Stormy said, that stuck with me, period. So I might have a feeling that I'm going to quit. I go to a part of my room. I have affirmations everywhere in my room, everywhere, on my mirror, my wall, everywhere. So it's like, I don't have the space and opportunity to quit. I can't afford to quit. I can't afford to quit. Period.
Put,
So
put
that is
reminders up. I'm
why
talking
I,
about
huh?
posting up reminders. Love
Literally, literally. Because if you don't, you will find yourself in your own mind, and it's a wrap. It's over. You're quitting and without knowing that you're quitting. So that is what I do. I have some songs in a playlist that I'll listen to. Lions in the Wild is one. Animals is another one. I Am from Sir Trilly
Okay.
is another one. I even listen to ET in my playlist sometimes if I don't want to listen to a book, just saying other things that can really, get my belief going, get my fire, turned up. But if you don't have any affirmations on your phone, if you don't have anything posted up anywhere, and you get inside your own mind and let stress eat at you, you will quit. You'll find yourself quitting. You
You
will
got to
find
change your
yourself
circle.
quitting.
You got. I think one of the things too, you just got to sometimes change your circle,
Mm-hmm.
change your
Oh, yes.
circle, change your circumstances, change your circle, change your circumstances. Write the
Mm-hmm.
vision, make it plain. Like right behind me
Yes.
right now, I have a sheet up there that I wrote back in January of 2021. And really, it's called goals. It's a list of goals. It was an exercise when I was at a mansion event with my team, and it was a list that I wrote, and I can't quite honestly remember everything that I wrote on there, but I made sure that I took that sheet and I put it on my board, and this is my man cave slash office
Yeah.
environment, but everything that surrounds me in this particular office, like I don't know if here you can see the pictures. You might not see them all, but those are pictures or affirmations that one for Kobe Bryant, and one is stay motivated. It's a
Yeah.
constant reminder. So we put those constant reminders around us. If I go in my bathroom, well, when I go in my bathroom, my wife has all these pictures and things that are a great vision on our shower. She got a goal written on the shower, but we post these things around us to remind us, because sometimes, quite
Mhm.
honestly, you may not find yourself listening to what you need to listen to, but
Yes.
your eyes captures everything that you see. What
Right.
your eyes see and what your ears hear is a powerful thing. Nine times
Yeah.
out of ten, it's the things that your eyes see, the tragedies, the calamity,
Oh, speak on
those
that.
things that you see affect you more than the things that you hear. So you
Yeah.
post those reminders that's going to snap me back. And even though you may not be thinking about it, like if you there was this if you're not thinking about it, it will affect you still regardless. It was this movie with Will Smith. I think it was called Focus, and he was like a bit of a gambler. No, he wasn't a gambler, but Will Smith, he knew how to read people's minds. He used to play tricks. He would play cards and stuff like that.
Taking this
And
down.
so they had they set somebody up by setting certain visuals up. Like the person would see 5555, 5555, 5555, 5555. So at the end of the movie, the guy made a bet on somebody that was on the football field, and because he saw somebody in a uniform, you didn't know it, but he had the goggles on. He seen somebody in the uniform. He bet on that guy, and Will was able to, hey, that person that you're betting on is the guy 555, because everywhere he went, his eyes saw and his ears heard the 555, 555. When he came out the hotel, he saw 555, not even intentionally paying attention to it, but because he kept seeing it, man, the results bear fruit. So just pay attention to what's going on around you. That'll snap you out of that
Mm.
quitting mindset, that defeater's mindset.
Absolutely.
Remember the name of it. I think
Um,
Focus.
mm, that's so true. We
Yeah.
cannot
I
base.
mean, so when you think about it, the Bible talks about, and I always focus on the Bible because that's what my focus is. That's what I read on a daily basis. The Bible talks about, being mindful of what you allow in your ear gates, especially your heart, right? Because out of our heart, we make decisions, right? And one of the things Wanda Webb said today inside the class is she says, learn how to make decisions not when you're angry. Make a decision because of your why, right? So if you know what your why is, if you know why you're driving, when you decide to make a decision to quit, if you're going to quit, quit because it's going to be beneficial to where you're trying to go.
Right.
And I thought that was so profound because a lot of times we just quit. Oh, this is not working. We just quit. But we don't quit with the end in mind, right? We get out of it. Oh, I just can't afford it. But we don't quit with the end in mind.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I can't afford it, then what am I doing so that I can? You know, if I can't afford, I can't afford the time. I can't not afford the time. Just like we can't not go to work because we got to feed our kids, pay our rent. You cannot afford not to get wealth wisdom so that you can, you know, handle your money more accurately and more effectively so you can allow it to work for you.
That's right.
So to me, it is a necessity, just like the word of God is, to know what I'm doing with my money because I need my money to work for me, whether I'm working it or not.
Yeah.
I need it to work when I'm at work. I need it to work when I'm at sleep. When I'm sleeping, excuse me, I'm like at sleep. When I'm sleeping, I need it to work, period.
That's right.
And I need to show my kids how they don't have to hustle so hard, but they can work smarter. We all can work smarter. But we got to get around the people that's already doing it, guys. That is all that we do here. We get around in places and spaces around the people who already have what we want.
Yes.
Are you around those people that have what you want? Because I can tell you, I had some great friends, but every time I got around them, what they tell me, you doing that thing. No, I'm not doing that thing. What's that thing? Because I do 401k, and that's only because my company, right, pays 6% of what my thing is. Because when I hear that thing, I think of Dr. China. She said, you know that thing that require you to wait until after you hit a certain age so you can touch it, if it's still there by the time you retire.
That's right.
So when somebody tell me, oh, you in that thing, not, you know, if somebody's matching your money, you might as well get in that thing. But other than that, I'm not in no other thing. I'm in a thing that's showing me another avenue and another space where I can win if I pay attention. If I go to class, I'm going to win. If I do those small habits, 30 minutes here. If I don't have 30 minutes, I'm going to start with 10. Guys, you got to start somewhere.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Super amen to that. No one, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Again, if you like the information that's being shared, we're talking about stop quitting because of you. This is the Midnight Oil with the Bread Talk Investors. And we're just a wealth community where we're showing people how to think better on a higher level, how to become more financial literate, and to make you feel comfortable in the space of change that is necessary so you can reach your highest peak. We want to see our people reach a higher plateau other than where they're at right now. And if you are even at a high plateau, let us help you, introduce you to people that will help you get a lot further than where you are right now. And we're a part of a wealth community within I Am Mastery Academy. This is Team Bread Talk Investors. We have Team Rich University. We have a lot of different teams in this space, in this environment. But we're here to show people how to trade, how to invest, and how to build and do it effectively and efficiently, how to trade, how to invest, and how to build. I always tell people, I say, hey, listen, you can learn how to trade. You can also learn how to invest. You can also learn how to build. But what you cannot do is not do anything, right? And there's a lot of that you can do one, you can do two, you can do three. Either way, just don't do zero, don't do nothing. Don't come to the party and not get yourself a plate at the end of the day.
I like that.
Don't come to the barbecue and leave empty handed. I know if you come to my barbecue, you're not leaving empty handed.
Nope, you ain't.
I need you to take some of this food with you. I want to keep it, but we're not gonna eat all this food. Please, we're gonna take some of this food. But if you come, but if you come to the party, don't have a good time and just leave empty-handed. So we want to
Mhm.
show you how to get in the space so that
That's
you can
what
get
get fed.
all that you need.
Mm-hmm.
We want to show you how to become empowered to do things on your own. Listen, the
Mm.
world is teaching people how the world or the financial institutions of the world, they'll show you how to invest money into their products, but not give you the lessons. And I want to show, we really want to show people how to do it themselves and put themselves in position and power. Don't allow somebody to just give you without getting something back in return. And that's the lesson. It's not about the money, it's about the lesson and how to not how to retain it and how to keep it. That's most important. Like
That's
you
the most
can
important.
get money, you can get opportunity, but how do you keep it? How do you retain it? How do you refine it to make it better? Right? Like oil. How do you refine oil to make it usable in so many other ways that it can flourish and manifest and create multiple streams of
That's it.
opportunity, multiple
I like
streams
that.
of finances. This is an opportunity where we get to show our children, most importantly, and our communities how to become wealthy in this space. So what we want to do, we want to invite you to our space. Down below, there's comments. There's a comment line down below. What we want you to do is please go ahead and leave a comment, like, share, tag this information. Or if you are familiar with myself, Dre Lavelle, Shireen Lavelle, Lady Bread Talker, Jasmine Belcher, if you're familiar with any of us, give us a text. Just text down below. I am interested. I want to know more. I like the conversations that you guys are having tonight. And we're here to have this midnight or to have these open discussions to show you that there are people out here that look like you, that come from where you came from. Listen,
Yes.
this information that we're talking about, this conversation that we're having, I didn't have these conversations as a kid, right? We didn't have these things growing up in my household. We had other conversations. I had fun with my guys on the courts playing ball and chasing the life that we were living at that time frame. But for right now, where we're at right now is a space where we can grow and truly gain this wealth and not do it by ourselves. We can build our people up, we can build our communities up, so we don't have to do the same things that we've been doing. And even if you are in a space where you're successful, that doesn't mean you can't be more successful.
That's
Right.
facts.
No
Demetrius
limit.
says we learn a skill set that pays us for a lifetime. Absolutely. If you utilize it, if you
Mhm.
utilize what you're learning, right? Because nothing didn't come easy. I know I have a bachelor's and I had to put in the work.
Me too.
I had to put in the work in order to earn that paper and the time. And that's with working with kids and a husband. I still had to do it and I did it. Why? Because I wanted to learn. I wanted to make more money. So that we can have the luxury of things that we want. We want what we want, but we have to work to get those things done. And
Doesn't
guess
come
what?
quick.
I don't care whose company you work for. It does not flourish without people. Can I say that again, Dre? It does not flourish
Yes,
without people.
that's
I know
right.
I work for a company right now. We got a whole marketing team that does that part. They do the recruiting. You don't want to say recruiting? I'm going to tell you it's recruiting. They call it marketing, same family. A company does not flourish without the people doing the purchasing. When you go into the store, they recruit you with the commercials to
Yep.
come into their store and buy their product.
That's right.
There's
No,
so many ways that people go and they make decisions on why they purchasing a product, right? And some people believe that if the product is so expensive, then it's worth having. That's not necessarily true,
No.
especially nowadays. If you see the value of leather, it's
Yeah.
not the same
No.
like it used to be in the past.
yesterday's
Yeah.
price is
It's
not.
not today's
Yes.
price.
We're not going to keep you guys up here much longer, but these are the conversations that we have. You know,
Yes.
me and Dre, we will be back up here having more conversations like this because we want to be real. We want to talk real with the people. Let's talk about it. Let's
Mm.
talk about some real conversations. Let's talk about how we can go to the next level in our life and our journey. There's no time for us to sit back. All I know
Mhm.
is that time is ticking. I don't know if y'all want to go look at that debt clock.
Woo.
The time is ticking, guys. It's going to be a time when money is worthless. Worthless. And what are we going to do? What knowledge do you have when your boss tell you he can't pay you because, baby girl, I never brought crypto?
You better start
Right?
buying
So
some of
we
this
we
crypto.
really have to figure this thing out. When you start to see McDonald's and other countries investing in cryptocurrency, listen, we have already been in a digital world. We just didn't call it that. Whenever you can scan your check inside your banking account and you don't have to go to your banking account, listen, that's digital. That's through my phone. Learn how to allow your phone to become your asset by using the information on your phone to win.
Well stated.
Absolutely.
Well stated.
We
Talk to
look
him,
forward to
Jasmine.
working with you guys. We look forward to working with you guys. We are on fire right now. We
Yes.
ready to take this thing to the next level, guys. And it's not about me, it's about you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that again. It's not about me, it's about you. So you make a decision for you. You win for you. You don't have to get in my atmosphere. I want those who want me. I want you to
Ooh,
get in the atmosphere though, where you gonna win.
That's
If
right.
you love sewing, then get in the atmosphere where they sewing and they going to the next level.
Mm.
right.
Don't be in the ordinary atmosphere. Let's jump out of being ordinary and let's get back to the past when those millions of black people were excelling to the extreme power.
Mm,
Why? Because there was no other market doing it like them.
right.
We were segregated. Where else was they gonna go? Guys, in this space, I'm learning so much. It's just ridiculous. Let's get back into these books. Let's learn. Let's educate. Let's build. Let's grow. Let's
Yes.
get this
Money.
knowledge so we can make decisions.
And money. Yep. Knowledge and money.
And Dre, can you invite them out to a call? Can you invite them out to a
Absolutely.
call? We are
Absolutely.
like at 51 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
ready to
We
go.
definitely over the
I don't
time.
want to hold them
We're
up.
definitely over the time that we normally would.
Yes,
A
we are
lot.
always
Typically,
winning.
we're on 30 minutes, but man, this conversation, everything was just flowing so well. We don't want to be before you any longer. But listen, if you want to learn a little bit more information and tap in some of the resources that we were already tapped into, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I want you to write this down. 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 Every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be having these opportunity calls on Zoom. They are free to attend. Make sure, leave a comment down below or just go inside of one of our inboxes. We want to invite you out so that you can get some of this information. If you're unavailable on Tuesdays at 4 p.m., right? Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do have another opportunity for you to attend that particular type of event. So there are options and opportunities that you want to do. Again, just make sure you get back into communication with one of us or one of our wealth partners so they can steer and help navigate you into the destination and where you need to be. We may have other days that may be available to you. So just in case you can't make those Tuesdays or Thursday nights, we have one on Wednesday at 9 p.m. as well. So just tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Just tap in, and listen. Take advantage of the opportunities. Listen, I want to let my before I go, I want to hear Jasmine real quick because you give so much wealth advice. I love your energy. It is so magnetic.
Yes.
When I talk about feeding off of energy, my wife feeds off the energy that Jasmine gives. She radiates. And what we want to do back in return, not just take her energy, but we want to give it back to her, give her the power. So, our Bread Talk investors, our core values, our three core pillar values is build, bridge, and empower. We want to build with you. We want to bridge those gaps of understanding or where you may be at. We want to meet you where you are at. And we want to help empower you so that you can go off and learn how to not only do this by yourself, but bring others in the fold. So listen, with that being said, I'm going to turn it over real quick to Jasmine before we head out. And we're gonna do a little roll call, introduce, just give our information where we can be all reached. Energy, 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 energy.
Listen,
Yes.
yes,
Talk to me.
much. You guys talk to me. I appreciate you guys inviting me out tonight to the Midnight Oil. I look forward to another invite.
Absolutely.
But one thing I will say that definitely changed the paradigm mindset for me was definitely having affirmations everywhere, journaling every day, writing
Mhm.
Mhm.
out your goals, your plans, write down your main plan. Stop waiting to every new year saying the same thing, but you're in the same position every year. I learned that this year. No, October 5th, 2021. I won't go back. Not going to be in the same position I was this year, next year. And so I definitely recommend for you to sit down in your bedroom, your bathroom, your car, your workplace, your desk, have those affirmations for yourself. I am is a powerful, powerful statement.
Yes.
I am great. I am phenomenal. I am wealthy, financially free, so on and so forth. Have those affirmations for you guys because you're gonna be insane. Definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing, expecting different results. So, talk to me.
Let's
So back
go.
to you, Jerry.
How can people reach you? Where can they find you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube?
Yes.
Where can you be found? How can people reach?
Come find your girl on Facebook, okay? Favorite entrepreneur, Jasmine Belcher. Facebook, JasmineBelcher. If you want to find me on Facebook, that is how you find me. On Instagram will be A_queen with many hats. So come and find me. And you also, here, text me 910-382-9495. Text me word freedom if you're ready to learn this financial information. Let go.
Let's
Let's
go. Let's go.
go.
How about yourself, Shireen?
I am Shireen, Lady Bread Talker, and I'm super excited that you partnered up with us, Jasmine. I love your energy. You are an amazing leader, and I love working with you. Definitely be throwing those people in those trades. Talk to me. So I'm so excited. And again, just like Dre said, I'm learning how to piggyback off your energy, baby girl. That energy does
Right.
it for me. Okay.
Mhm.
And so you can reach me at I am underscore Lady Bread Talker on Instagram, and I am Lady Bread Talker on Facebook, or Shareem Lavelle. You can also reach me if you're interested. Only serious inquiries. Thank you.
Inquiries. Yes.
Absolutely. Only
757
serious inquiries.
Yes.
757-831-2992. I'm definitely on call. We are about our business. So hit us up and come and learn.
Yes.
That's right. Come and learn. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, name Dre Lavelle, the Bread Talker. You can find me on IG at I am underscore Bread Talker. Actually, if you look at the top of the screen, those are the locations of where you can find us, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find us, ladies and gentlemen. Just seek and you shall find. Seek and you shall find. We're looking
Yeah.
for people that are looking for us. Quite honestly, at the end of the day, we're really looking for people that are looking for us. We want to help you grow and be better. Again, this is Midnight Oil. We are the Bread Talk Investors. We are part of the largest wealth community and educational platform, full of a lot of excellent academies, whether
Let's
it's digital
go.
currency, whether it's the foreign exchange market, whether it's time-based trading and binary options, whether it's stock, whether it's e-commerce, ladies and
Drop
gentlemen, even
shipping.
travel soon to come. Listen, we provide a lot of wealth, a lot of information in our
PT.
academies. We want to show you how to become more broad. Thank God, we thank God for I Am Master Academy. Thank God for Christopher Terry and Isis Terry for providing
Yes.
this incredible platform. We're thankful for our phenomenal mentors here, Dr. Joe Tankard, China Bethley, Latasha Wilson, Camille Westmoreland, and a lot of Randy Webb, Wanda Webb, Beige Boston. And listen, we have a lot of wealth
Yes.
partners here in this space. We want to thank you for one of our
Christopher
mentors
Lee.
that actually got us started. Carl and Angela Wilkins.
Thank
We want
you.
to thank these people
Shout
for
out.
allowing us to be in this space and become the better versions of ourselves today, the better
Yes.
version of what we than what we were before in the past. Again, my name is Dre Lavelle.
Auntie J.
Huh?
Yeah, I just want to
Auntie
also
Dee
shout out
Dee.
Demetrius for definitely plugging in with us the whole call. Shout out to
Yes.
you,
Thank
Demetrius.
you.
We will definitely have you up here on the Midnight Oil. We appreciate your energy. We appreciate everything you did for tuning in. We just ask that you share so we can,
Thank you.
Yes, share this knowledge.
others.
Bring
So
a
teamwork
friend.
does make the dream work. Team
Absolutely.
does make the dream work. We love y'all. We appreciate. Come back for more. Listen, this is Bread Talk Investors. We look forward to seeing you on our next call. Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Awesome. Hey, family. Definitely, I'm going to look